Start streaming. Chat. All right. And we're live. Okay. So, this stream, just hanging out, having fun, and wanting to rebuild this website. So, this is a regional pizza chain where I live in Oklahoma City area. It's really, I love their design and their feel, just how they go about things. It's really cool. Great company, great pizza. And so just wanted to hang out and rebuild this, work on this for a little bit. So what I did was, already as I kind of went and scraped the site and pulled a bunch of imagery already. So kind of good to go. So just going to now work on going back and forth and see what we can do. Hey, Matt and Alberto, what up? I guess I should probably tweet that I'm live too. I don't know. I'll do that. So let me bump into Twitter here real quick and just tweet that I am live. Hope everybody's doing good. Let's see here. My channel. So if you're watching this, you're probably also going to be hearing a lot of my family in the background. So I'm building a side Webflow. We're fine. Alright. Come hang out. Alright. Done. Perfect. Alright. Now I can just start building here. I'll try to keep my eye. Hey, Julio. Thanks for hanging out. Alright, so I'm going to just start by with the basics here. Honestly, I do not know. One thing I have not done. So did grab all of the imagery, but I have not checked to see what font they're using here. So I'm just going to drag this over and take a look. And I might need to jump up to the body just to see Source Sans Pro regular. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. Let's see here. Source Sans Pro from Google Fonts. Love it. So we have that available there. Looks to be what they're using for these fonts. Let's inspect this element and just see what's going on here. Keep up with it looks like they're using a different font here. Just do a search on this. I would assume this one's probably a paid font. Oh my gosh. Check it out. Also available in Google Fonts. Love it. So I'm just going to jump over here real quick into the project settings and add both of these fonts. So we need Source Sans Pro. And since we're just building for fun, let's just include all of these because I don't really know specifics of what they're using. Looks like really the bolder pieces that they're using, and then a matic. Let's go ahead and add this. Perfect. All right, so let's jump back into the designer here. Kill these tabs. Let's start building. So it looks like So they do a few things different than how I typically do it. There were a lot of elements that made this up. So all of these lines you see everywhere, they're all named strip something or other, strip 1 through, I think there was 29 of them, and you can see them all here. And they're all colored a little differently. And I think they're using filters, CSS filters, to change those colors to desaturate them, which is an interesting thing. And then here on these elements, after inspecting them, this is a sprite sheet, so which we can use. We can do this in Webflow. We'll play with that. But you can see this here. I'll just drag this to canvas so you can see it. There's a sprite sheet that they're using, which is interesting. I typically don't do that. And then these images out here, I really love the way this flows, but these images on the outside, they're actually held snug to the side of the page, so the further out you go, the more, the more of them you see. Like, you can see like it's, there's some that kind of come into view, and then they're farther out, which is interesting. So this one image actually has some crushed red pepper here on the side, so we'll have to play around with this and see how we want to do that. This is not survival. So here we go. Gonna jump in and see what we can do. So first things first, background image. Let's just go ahead and I'm actually gonna go to create a new page. I'm gonna call it style guide, just for fun. And then let's do body all pages, and let's set a background image here. So let's choose, and they're using this image right here. Except I don't think they are using it quite that large. Okay, and then yep, it is repeating. So that is the background image they're using on the site. So first things first, have that set for all bodies. So body all pages, have that set. So we're going to go there. Now we'll start with the menu. So first things first, they have this order online up here, and then it looks like they've got their character. They've got a line here, a line here, a line here, a line here with their, these are all hover, their social media links right here, and then the menu off to the right. So let's just start rebuilding, see what we can get rolling here. So I'm just gonna start with div. Actually, I'm gonna start with a section. Section. Perfect. And then interesting. How do I want to do? I wonder what their what width they're using here for their containers. So let's just measure this real quick. It's like maybe 990 is what they're using. Interesting. Let's come down here and measure this. That's more like 960. Interesting. Okay, so we can use the default Webflow container here because, nothing special on width. In fact, it's that narrow. So Webflow did add in. We can maybe play with this here. They added in larger breakpoints, and as a result, I don't know if you guys know this, but now the container, you can set a max width on it. So by default, here it's going to be. Let's look at this. What is it? 960, 940. But you can now set a max width to, you can say max width 1200, and it will push out to 1200 pixels, which is really cool. I'm going to option click and remove that. But cool that they have that now. So I'm actually going to leave that class as container, and then let's start building. So, going to call this Nav Wrapper, and then I haven't really looked to see what this looks like on a phone, but let's play with that just for a second and see. Oh yeah, they've got a different menu here. Interesting. Cool. I'm just gonna build my own menu and not use the native nav, but I'm gonna then I'm gonna put in another div. I'm gonna call this nav top row. Okay, and then we want to put in a link block, and then we want to put in an image, and we'll choose the order online image here. Oh, what's the measurement plugin? So, shout out to Pixel Snap and Clean Shot. I think it's the same team that does both. I forget the name of the company. Pixel Snap 2, which is really, really cool. Make the web. And they actually have, they do build nifty things. So they have Pixel Snap and Clean Shot, which is a screenshot tool that I use a lot too. But this allows you to quickly measure things and, space between. And you can change the tolerance level where it works a little different. You can even take screenshots with it, which is really cool. You can build little grids. Pretty fun. Really fun way to kind of measure things and kind of see how, get the spacing on different pieces. So I'm going to set this to flex. And then I'm going to set it to justify right. And then on the image, I'm going to go in and add an alt of order online. And then I'm going to say order online icon. Boop. Perfect. Okay, and their order online actually goes to the locations page. So we'll leave that for now. And then I wonder, doesn't look like there's really much difference in size here. So we'll just keep that same size. But play around here. Okay. So on this top nav row, we'll just put padding of 15 pixels. Perfect. And then let's build the main nav row. So that's the nav top row. Then we're going to put in another div. And we'll call this nav main row. Perfect. And then they have this image. So there's a couple of images here. So want to look here and see what images we're going to need. It looks like this one and this one, they're combining those here. So looks like here, and then so I need 3 columns here. So I'm just gonna nav main row. I'm gonna make this flex. I'm gonna put in a div, and a div, and so this will be my menu wrapper, where my menu goes. Whoops. If I could spell, let's rename that class. And then this will be the logo wrapper. Hey, Parker, what's up? Welcome to the stream. And then I'm not really sure what they call this little dude. I think the kahuna is what the big kahuna, so I'm going to call this kahuna wrapper. So let's just go ahead and drop in an image and choose that. And we want to throw in this guy. Perfect. And here we're going to throw in another image and we're going to choose. That's perfect. Okay. And then wonder how big this really is here. 160. So I'm going to set this like a 165 because I think I cut that off a little. Actually, you know what? It's probably native width because that really doesn't change much. All right. And then Hideaway pizza. Perfect. Boo. Okay. And in fact, I'm on logo wrapper, flex, vertical, center. Okay. Just like this. And it looks like, yeah. And then they've got these other pieces that kind of go along here. So this will be fun to build. It's kind of intricate. And so we can play with this a little bit. I want to see the question. Oh, Brandon, what's up? Thanks for answering my question. That's awesome. I'm at a point now where I'm comfortable with using Webflow, but I need to work on my design skills. Yeah, how do you recommend learning design skills? It's a great question. In fact, I don't know if Matt's still watching, but Matt and I actually had a good conversation about this not too long ago. I would just say, the best way to learn is just by doing. There's definitely a lot of courses you can jump in. Freelancers Journey is amazing. It's great to kind of give you an overall knowledge. And I think it's just also a lot of checking out a lot of different resources and art and different pieces and trying to keep your eyes fresh and getting yourself inspired, finding out what really speaks to you and what puts you in that creative place, and then, using that to kind of drive how you want to build or what you want to build, and finding your own design voice. A lot of it comes from doing things like this, even like picking something and rebuilding and seeing how other people design things and why. And there's a lot of cool design stuff out there too. A lot of design courses like on Udemy and Treehouse, different places. So lots of good places to go start like that for sure. Okay, let's see. Mine feels weird just because they have this line here, top bottom, and then they have. Can you hear my wife in the background humming the community song? It's hilarious. All right. And then we have menu, locations, culture, employment. So let's put in our menu here. I'm not telling you to be quiet. I think it's funny. I think it's funny. Okay, let's see here. I am glad you guys are so tickled. It's making me laugh. We'll do like a text link block here. Link block. And then let's actually throw in some text. Nope, not a text link, some text. There we go. Okay. So Nav Link. So we're going to just call this a Nav Link here. And then it looks like what we're going to do is I'm just going to put their menu location. So let's just call this one menu. Perfect. Okay. And then it is the Amati SC font. We're going to get rid of the underline. We're going to make it white. Just like that. And okay, need to make it a little bit bigger. We're going to go unitless on the font here. So line height, that is. And let's just make this a little bit bigger. Then how did they have this here? It wasn't quite the same height, so that's a little big. Let's do like this. Feels correct. Okay. And then on the menu wrapper, let's actually put like a little space here. Perfect. So it's not quite, that might be too much. In fact, let's just measure. Why not? 26 pixels. Okay. Jam way too much here. More like this. Yeah, more like that. Okay. And then let's locations, culture, employment. So locations, culture, and employment. And then that feels a little too tight. Now that song's stuck in my head. Bum, 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 let's inspect this just to see what they did here. Image max width 100%. 386. Yep. Okay, so maybe we'll just take these down, make them a little smaller. But theirs feels like it's, in fact, let's just even look. Let's just inspect it. Height, 50 pixels. Interesting. Oh, and they're unitless too. Look at that. I like it. So their font size is 50. Interesting. Let's do some more measuring. Because something feels off. Oh, that's why. Okay. Let's just do my container. We're going to do max width 980. And then logo wrapper max width 36. Okay. Container 980. Option click here. And let's play with this here. Interesting. They're doing one just like that. Width max width. No, 386 pixels. Haha. Playing with how they got this. How's quarantine treating me? Yeah, still working. So I work at Webflow, and we're still working there. I'm really lucky, super happy. So that's pretty cool. Been just doing a whole lot of. In fact, Matt, who might be in the stream here. Let's see. Webflow.com. This is going to kick me straight over. Yeah, it will. Let's click back out. Show you a couple of things. So worked with Matt to do this, built kind of a response for local businesses in Oklahoma City trying to stay afloat. And then we also worked on this fun little template to help small businesses as well. So just been building a lot, regular work and building. So how about you guys? What have you been doing during quarantine? I hope you're all staying healthy. Let's see here. Jump back in here and see just how I want to do this. I'm just going to do boom, boom. Don't need that. I'm going to make this a little smaller just because it makes sense. 46, 45. We're going to get there eventually. Okay. I've got it backwards. It's actually quite a bit larger. And so is that. This is fun. Oh, I'm gonna have to rethink how I'm doing this. Because I don't like it. I don't like it at all. So typically, I like to keep this in a flex, but I think I'm going to do something a bit different. So what if I did this? See, let's inspect. What did they do? Yeah, see, they're absolutely positioning everything. And inspect. 386. Width 3. Upper width. Now we're getting there. Best way to learn Coda. I am. I'm gonna rename this. I'm gonna call this Hideaway logo. I might be the worst person to ask. I don't know if I ever officially learned anything the right way. Typically, I like to just. And I'm gonna call this one last. I like to just jump in and build. So typically I spend a lot of my time just building, just jumping in and creating things. Coda has a really cool let's see, coda.io. Let's see. Let me do this. New incognito window. Coda.io. So I would show you all my documents if I did that. Under the template section, they have a ton of cool things. And you can view by like project management, sales and marketing, HR, personal, productivity. How I learned was kind of just opening up some of these things that were interesting to me and digging in and looking and see how they did things and how they rearranged things and what formulas they were using. It was really fun to dig in. So I kind of would suggest going here and oh hey, that should probably be fixed. But going in and just looking at all these different pieces, and once you open one, you can kind of see, you can try out the dock, and give it a whirl and see what you think of it, and it's pretty neat. It's pretty neat. I learned a lot that way. Okay, let's see here. So now we have the order online. In fact, what do they do with order online? Oh, it shrinks on hover. Well, let's do that. We're going to call this order online link block. And these 3 icons, and this will be fun. And then we'll play with this a little bit. Okay, so interesting nav main row. Okay, so I'm gonna basically on this, I'm gonna set it to the position to relative, and then I'm going to div. I'm gonna call this top of main nav line. Not the best naming convention, but it's what I'm going to do. I'm going to set it to absolute, and I'm going to set it just like this, cover the whole top, and then I'm just going to give a little bottom margin there. It looks like we just want to get a line in here and a line in here, and then we can play with these different sorts of lines. Actually, heck, let's flex it and see if we can do this in a flex container. So nav main row, so we collapse these, top them out. Okay, let's div in here, and let's make this flex. And we have a shorter line, and we have our social icons, and then a longer line. Okay, so let's do div. Let's put in another div, and we'll call this menu social icons, and top line 1 and top line 2. Okay, and then let's just do image, and interesting. Okay, let's make this relative. Just like that. Okay, top line 1. Said I should stay. Wonder which image they're using here. Let's inspect. It's probably better than guessing. A container before. This is decors wrapper. Okay. The header. They used strip 1. So let's just strip 1. Yep, that's right. Okay, so that image just like that. Okay, and then this is social media, and then what are they using here? Let's inspect this. Um, do, do, do. Strip 2. Okay. Oh, also on the topic of Coda in the podcast, you were kind of comparing it to Airtable and Sheets for a database. Yeah, I was. And I could see how that might be something that seems weird, but if you play around with it, you will see that it actually makes a ton of sense once you start playing with it and looking at it from a point of view of like a spreadsheet. So for me, I built a complete, as a part of my work at Webflow, I built a web app and I built it all in Coda without using any other. I mean, it integrated with other apps, but I didn't use any other tools to build it, any other automations. And I've also used it to take form submissions from things like Webflow and dump them into Coda into a table, and then access that table and pass that along to other apps. So it can work just the same. You just kind of have to play with that data and kind of get used to how that works. Because it's a little different. It's a little different for sure. Okay. Top menu, let's... Okay, and then let's put a link block in here. And menu social icons. Let's flex this too. Flexing all over the place. Okay, and then let's link block, and then let's do div. And actually, you know what? Let's not make this more complicated than it has to be. Link block, and then let's call this a social icon nav. Boom, 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 boom. And then just measure this because it's going to have to be sort of. Let's call this Facebook. Width 16. Height 30. Whoop. Not 60. 16. Yeah, and then let's set a background image. And let's choose icon. And then I guess the key here is knowing really where your logo is. Looks like it's right there. So Facebook, hey, look at that. Actually got it working the way I wanted. Okay, and then let's copy that. Let's paste it. Then menu social icons. We'll actually set a width of like 100, maybe. $130, something like that. Okay, and then this one, I'm gonna remove this and call it Twitter. Then let's measure that. $29 by 24. Okay, let's play with that. Width 29, height 24. Okay. I think I did a height of 30, so we'll stay with that. 30. And then let's do the same thing here. Let's make the background the icon. And then it's just so 120. So if I come here and I set the width to so better, but I need to make this a little wider. Yeah, just like that. So Facebook, Twitter, and then we would want to do Instagram. Okay. In fact, on this, I'm just going to put just like that. Okay, and then remove Facebook from this one. We'll call this Insta. What size was this? 33 by 30, so like, yeah, probably the same actually, probably a little wider, so we'll do like 35 by 30. And then let's do let's set the background image on this one, choose it here, and then I honestly don't know where this icon is on this, so I'm actually going to just drag this out here. It looks like it's a little further down. So 120, and then hey, look, there it is. And then we can actually make this not quite as wide, just like that. Perfect. And actually, still. Yeah. So now we have these pieces here. And we have our lines. And it looks like this actually drops down to set right on it. I actually put some padding here so we could actually take this off and actually make it negative a little bit here. So just like that. Cool. All right, so Dylan, what's up? How you doing? I'm actually going to quickly take a peek at my phone here, people, because I think it's storming here where I'm at. Or about to storm. Okay, I'm still a little ways out. Lots of thunderstorms and stuff, so just trying to keep an eye out. All right. So now we can add this bottom one, and I bet you this is strip 3, and that is strip 4, just going with what they've been doing since. And let's span here. Before strip 3, after strip 4. Perfect. All right, so that's exactly what we're going to do. We're just going to come in here. Same thing. This main nav row, we're going to put another div. And I'm going to call this main nav bottom. And then I'm going to make this one absolute as well. Waiting on rain where you're at too, Dylan. It's supposed to be. They've had some tornadoes out west, so I was kind of expecting something similar here. But looks like it might be calming down. Hopefully, it's getting dark and kind of suck some of the energy out of those because it wasn't too hot here today. So it's strip 2, strip 3. So we want same thing. We're just going to put in 3 divs here. And then we're going to make this flex. And then, so let's grab this one and let's call this, bottom left. And let's put in an image. And we said it was strip 3, so strip 3. That's 23. That's 3. Okay. So like that. In fact, and then, okay, div. And this would be strip 4. Actually, no div here. We already have a div. I just want to put an image. Image. Let's choose. This would be strip 4. That's 24, I think. Yeah, this one's 4. Okay, and then here we want to put some text. Text block, and then I think they say since 1957. So since 1957, and I forget what I want to call this. Since text, and then this was Source Sans Pro, I think, and it was the black variant of that. And then I wonder what. Let's inspect this just for just so we know. Span. Yeah. Actually, that's a different font. Dombold PT. I wonder if we can find that. So we'll still this color. We'll go ahead and make this and we'll go ahead and add that to our global swatches so we have it. And we should probably, I'm going to make this unitless as well, and I think they went just one here. Probably something like this. And what did we say that was called? Something Dombolt or something. I don't know. Interesting. Perfect. Sets about right there, I think. Yeah, perfect. Okay. And then let's see if we can find this font. So it was... Yeah, let's Google this. I used Google Fonts everywhere else. Please be free. Look. Defont free. Ugh, I hate going to sites like this on my machine. Okay. Hard pass. Fonts Geek, Font Space, download free fonts. Somebody finds it in a reputable, semi-reputable place before me. Hit me up. Let's see here. Let's see. Let's try this. Since 1957. Yeah, that's it, isn't it? Except that this would be all caps. Yeah, that is it. Can I download this without making myself feel worried? Okay, let's download this. Okay. gonna show this in the Finder. Let's open this up. Let's install the font. I don't know why I'm installing it on my system. I don't really need it there. Okay, let's just jump back into project settings. And let's go to fonts. And let's upload a font, a custom font. Go back to our downloads. Pull this one here. Dom bold. Yeah, perfect. Upload the font. Got it. All right. Jump back into the designer. I started building this on the style guide page. That's funny. All right. Dom bold. Let's grab it. Since 1957. Since 1957. Okay, perfect. All right. Boom. Oh, oof. Okay, we probably need to set a width on this. That needs to be at least 185. Middle width 185. There we go. Just like that. Okay. So now we have our order online, our icons, both logos, and our menu items, and the since 1957. So fun and paradise in a pie. So it looks like they're using this same font here, just in a combination. And it's 1, 2, 3, 4. I bet that's 5 and 6. Okay. This isn't heaven, but it's as close as we can get with a pizza pie. So what's on it? Oh, that's really cool pop-up. I didn't realize that. Hideaway Alfredo sauce covered with a blend of... What's really cool about what they did with this site, I'm not going to tackle this here now, but like one thing they did is like if you refresh their page, the type of pizza changes. So, which is really great. I just stole whatever was on the homepage. I think it was this right here. What's on it? Red sauce, mozzarella, pepperoni, Canadian bacon, Polish sausage, hamburger top. I'm so hungry right now, and I've already had dinner. I don't know why this is making me so hungry. It just looks and sounds so good. So, all right. Just keep building for a little bit. And then let's call it the big country. So I'm going to come down here and put in a section. And we're going to call this pizza section. Sure, why not? That works. And then, okay, let's put a little padding here. And we're going to reuse our container. So let's just grab a container element. Let's give it a class container. Nope. Not that container. There we go. Okay. And then let's see here. So big country. So let's go ahead and put a heading here. I'll call it H2. We'll call it pizza name. And then we'll center it. We'll make it white. And we'll use that same font, Dom. And we'll actually, we're going to transform here, make it capitalize, and we'll call this big country. You know what I should do here? Body, all pages. And then let's make it Source Sans Pro. Okay, perfect. Just style everything real quick. And then this needs to be much bigger, so kind of like that. And then we could give this is going to be number 5. Cool. So number 5, well, actually, let's look real quick. Inspect. After H1. See you. Thanks for joining in. Have a good evening. Thanks for chatting with me. Our most popular specialty pie. That's pretty cool. Before, and there is no after, which is what I thought that would be. So, all right, that's fine. We'll do some guessing here. So I'm going to add a background image. Let's choose the image, and it could be this one, but we don't want to repeat. We want it to be here. We want it to be a little bit wider. Does that look like the same one? It does not. Okay. Let's choose an image. It's not that one either. I want to say I saved this one too. Boom, 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 boom. Strip 5. Okay. So we'll say strip 5. Yep, that's it. Okay, and it goes the link. So let's make that a little larger, just like that. Perfect. Our most popular specialty pie named among. Okay, and then let's inspect this and see what color they're using here. On the font, this color right here, and then let's copy this. So let's go ahead and put in a text block, and then let's paste it in there, and we'll call this pizza subheading, or we could have called the description, I guess. Going to center, and then for the color, let's just paste in the color that we were using here. And this should be, so yeah, Source Sans Pro, and this is probably like 30 or something like that. 30. Yep. Close enough. Probably a little bigger. Yeah. Okay. So this is what we have so far. All right. And then what's on it? So let's see. Let's look at these. Let's inspect. Button wrapper. That's not what we want. That's strip 6, and that's going to be strip 7. So let's do another div. These will be fun because, so the buttons, how they did this to try to keep it. Do you guys hear my dog? My dog is angry, my friends. Hey, it's okay. It's okay. Just a second. Okay. Back at it. Okay. So, yeah, okay. So back to these buttons before my dog went crazy. So they're actually doing a before and after on this with this so the before is part of this line. It's the left side. It's an image. It's actually a sprite on that board we were using, and then the top and the bottom are a background image, and then this right piece is an after. So interesting how they did that. So we'll try to do it the same way in Webflow. So, oh, my dog. Okay, pizza section, and in this container, we're just gonna put another div, and we'll call this the what's on it div. What's on a wrapper? Okay, and then we want to do a div. And we want to put this over here. Okay. Then we're going to flex this. Center. Okay, do an image. Choose here. And then let's copy and paste, and let's replace this. This would be number 7. Just like that. Okay, and then we want to put in the what's on it. So the way I guess we would do this is do, oh my gosh, this is going to be fun, a link block. And we could call this, let's just try to create a button here. And then for the background image, let's choose right here. That's the button. And then we would want it to repeat, but only this way. Interesting. And then we probably want to give it a height too, huh? So how tall is this thing? 50 pixels maybe? Okay, so let's just say height is 50. And then let's pull up these settings here. Something like this. All right. And then let's just dump in some text. Text block. And then I want to flex this to center. Okay, and then what did this say? What's on it? And then so what's on it? And then this button would be white. Text would be white, like this, and this would be this Modi SC. And then we could make this a little bit bigger. Okay, in fact, just like that. Okay, and then Okay, so playing with this here, we're going to try to put a left and a right side button on here. This could be fun. So using this sprite here, and just looking at nope. Psych. Okay, and then hey, not bad. Not bad at all. Okay. Let me actually make this a width of like 9 or something like that. Okay, so did it. Have a button with set up that way. So the top and bottom lines are background image, and this left side is just a div with the background image from this sprite sheet down here. So let's throw on a right. So that's button left. Just going to copy that and paste it. And then button left, I'm actually going to duplicate the class, call it button right. And let's choose. So we should be able to just move to the right a little bit. Okay, and we might have to... Hey, look. Look at that. Okay, we've got a button. Let's rename this class. I'm just not even really naming things. Rename class. On it button wrapper. Okay. And so let's put some margin on either side. I don't even know what they've got here. Let's just measure how they do that. You know, like, okay, so more like that. So there we go. What's on it? And in fact, here, pizza subheading, we're just going to just like that. Perfect. And then let's throw in this image of the pizza really quickly. So let's just jump in here, and then I'm actually going to throw in a div, and then we will call this, what will we call this? We'll call this the pizza image wrapper. And then that's pretty snug. So let's go ahead and throw in an image, and let's choose our image. And we have the big country here. So it looks like with the way the image is, there's actually a lot of space around that. And so, interesting. Wonder if we can just do this, like kind of 30%. Cool. Name class. So a good way, there's a couple ways we could work around this. One is to actually pull it outside of this container here. Yeah, I think that actually works, and then we can just give this like a max width of like, I don't know. Max width of like 1200, something like that, and then center it. Yeah, And then we could actually, change this, make it more responsive. We could make this, max width of, oops, I said a width. We could say like a max width of, you could play around with it here. But I'm going to say max width of 1300. And then I've got auto on it. So now I've got my pizza. And they actually, what they did here, so we can just like pull this back up, just like this. Cool. Awesome. So built the first half of this here. Not much further to go. So actually we'll work on the main section. Then I'm going to go back through and add the decorations in. Well, I'm going to try to say 30. I'm going to give myself 30 more minutes, see if I can jump all the way through this. So. Oh, and the what's on it button. Let's inspect this. Because this icon here, open a new tab. We did not add that. Oh, and look, it's in that sprite sheet too. Perfect. Okay, so we can add that into ours. So let's actually, div. And let's actually move this back to the other side. And let's just go like 30 by 30 or something. Rename that class. We'll call it ICO. Just like that. Give it a little padding. And then let's give it a background image. We'll choose icons. Okay. And then 20, and then let's hey, look right there. Perfect. Perfect. Now we have the icon in there. So ours matches. And then below that, they've got a dotted image. And their sizes are a little different here. We could play with that and try to do a little more with ours if we wanted. So pizza image wrapper. Just going to actually add a background image here. Choose the image. There's a dot. Okay. Pizza image wrapper. Let's see. Let's choose width. Ooh. Was not that one. What is it called? Is it something different here? Inspect. Dots. Is that the one I have here? Yeah, that's the same one. It looks like. Let's do like a width of like 300 or something. Height 20. It's like the image is corrupt or something here. I don't know what's going on with that image. Let's see if we can grab it again. Let's open in a new tab. Let's save it as dots 2. And let's upload it. Desktop, Hideaway, dots 2. Interesting. Alright, let's play with this just for a minute. What do I want to do with this? I could try to just compress it and see if it made a difference. Or I could open it up in preview. Preview file. Yeah, let's open up dots. And then let's file, export. So PNG dots, new, save it. Okay, let's upload. Interesting. Oh. Hey, fingers. Okay.